What is up, gang? Okay, so we finally got our shit together. Sorry about that. Difficulties, but I will say it was a good reason that I was delayed. It was a good reason I was delayed. We're gonna keep that on the back burner. Um, but you guys know what it is. Not happening tonight, but I got word that yeah, they're definitely down and wanted to check on some things and make sure it was okay to come on the show with production. And I'm waiting to hear back. She's waiting to hear back and she'll let us know. So those of you in the J crew know who we're talking about. So all right, cool. So that is why I was one of the reasons I was held up, because I was kind of oh, I just realized I forgot to upload something. So, yep, working on some stuff, and that is going to be so fun. I'm excited about it. That's going to be fun. But I wanted to, first of all, let me say hey to Veganowledge. Let me say hey to Rose Thoughts, Dolly Bush, Wendy Jones. What is up, fam? I see you. I see you, fam. We got Ro with the T. And I appreciate you so much. We got a little bit of tea that we're going to spill tonight for those of you who. So I went on steroids for a second. Working on just something. I want to upload a video real quick. And then I will be right on, gang. I know you guys can't wait to get into it. Neither can I. Just relax, grab your drinks, snacks, whatever it is you do when we are here. Talk amongst yourselves for a little bit. Trying to get this in here. Come on, Restream. Work with me, baby. Oh, wow. Okay. The file is too large. Let me see if I can condense this a little bit. I'll be right with you guys. Just compressing this file so I can get it on the restream for you. All right, let's see if we can get it on there now. Well, I'm still saying the file is too large. Okay. All right. Basically what I did was I filmed a little piece of Karen and Thomas's video that they did tonight, but it's not allowing me to upload it to Restream. I'm gonna have to check into another live stream platform. I'm telling you, because Restream is starting to really get on my nerves. All right, let's get our. If anybody has any suggestions, let me know. I was on StreamYard. I may end up going back to StreamYard. The moving backgrounds are cool, but they're not necessarily worth all that. All right, let's get it. Hello, there are my people. How you guys doing? Sorry for all of the oh, I see the chat's going. Sorry for all of the delays, but yeah, just trying to make some things happen. But anyway, how is everyone? Hopefully everyone is doing fantastic. I have had an amazing day, and Ronnie, I couldn't wait to do it either. I couldn't wait to get here. This has been a crazy week. It's been a fantastic week. It's been some growth for the channel. We are now up to 475 subscribers, which is 10 more than we had 10 more than we had last week. So Tuesday Takeover is catching on, guys. Tuesday Takeover is catching on. We were at 465 for a minute. So to have that kind of growth in a week, some people get that every couple of seconds, but hey, we're not those people, not yet. But I'm grateful for that 10, and I'm excited about it, and I'm so grateful for the 475 that have already subscribed. Welcome to the J Crew. Hopefully we will get a lot more of you that are listening to this and watching this to subscribe, because the analytics tells me that 75% of my audience is not subscribed. So it's free. Go ahead and click that like button if you're in the chat now. And if you are watching, click that like button, because we guarantee that you are going to like what we have to talk about tonight. If you are not subscribed, make sure you subscribe and get on board with the J Crew. With that being said, big things are happening, guys. So let's talk about what has happened on yesterday's episode. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the music here. Let's talk about what's happened with, I'm not going to call them any names. let's talk about what's happening with Pedro and Chantel. Okay, so the episode starts out with the moving van, all right? And we all know what's happening there, all right? Pedro has pulled up with the U-Haul and with the intention on getting his stuff out of the home that he and Chantel purchased together to, as he likes to say, build a little nest for the family, which he has decided to fly the coop unexpectedly, as we all know. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and look at the notes that I have. Oh man, this guy makes me want to go to Atlanta and just beat the shit out of him, I tell you. All right, he's van. And when he gets there, he finds Chantel at home in bed. Okay. And he basically approaches her and tells her that he has come there to pick up his things because he found an apartment and he is going to go ahead and roll out. And Chantel, pretty much looking defeated as ever, decides, okay, whatever. Okay, do what you need to do. And she decides, you know what? I'll tell you what, since there's nothing I can really do about it, I'm going to go ahead and help you get out of here. Oh, wow, Restream. Really? Okay. All right. Well, I had a picture. Oh, okay. Here we go. I think that's it. Yeah. Okay. So she decides she's going to go ahead and help him get his shit out of the house. Okay. Because there's no need in fighting for this any longer. She sees its time is just spent with the whole thing and is ready to, let's just go ahead and get this process happening. Right. And at that point, Chantel starts to, as she's doing this, as she's helping him, and as she's watching her life and her marriage in complete shambles, which has been happening for a while now, and she decides to kind of, she's getting a reality check. I mean, reality is really setting in here that, wow, this shit's over, like really over. And she ends up getting pissed off all over again. And I wish I could have been there and been like, don't let this man steal your joy, girl. Don't let this man steal your joy. Okay. You don't need him as much as you think you do. And I'm so glad that she finally came to grips with that. Eventually, we all know that she did. We all see the headlines. We know Chantel is moving on. But, in that moment, I wish, that Miss Karen could have been there, or Thomas River, anybody, to just basically say, hey, you know what? The hell with him. But she chose to be a trooper and try to stick it out by herself because she thought that she could turn it around. And unfortunately, it didn't turn out that way. Um, Basically, at this point, Pedro pulls off, and he's driving away again with that stoic look on his face, pissing me off even more. Like, okay, good, got that over with, time to move on. No feelings. He's walking through the house, barely saying a word to her, even when she's helping him. He didn't even stop off and hug her and say, listen, I'm so sorry things had to go down like this. It's time. And, it's just, Okay, and shout out to Wah, because I was watching Wah yesterday, and she brought up a good point. A lot of people are hating on Pedro because he is Dominican, and they're thinking that he is leaving Chantel because that they're taking it out on him because that's what Dominicans do, that's what foreigners do, and they're people who are hating on him because of his nationality and running away with that. And that's bullshit. I'm one of the first people to admit that the problem that I personally have with Pedro is not what he's doing, but it's how he's doing it. Look at this face. This is not a guy who has any type of remorse whatsoever. And who knows? Okay, who knows? Things could be going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. I mean, just like Chantel could be, I said this before, Chantel could be talking to him like trash or whatever. And we don't know that. And we're not seeing all the things that are going on behind the scenes. And maybe he's been going through something and this is just, he's got to go. He's done. He's fed up. And we weren't privy to all of that. I don't see it, but just because of the way that she's reacting, you can see the love is still in her face. It's still in her actions. But he's leading us to believe that things have been so bad with Chantel that he's just so done and spent and fed up that he's got to go, and that's the end of it. So he's pulled off, leaving Chantel looking on. God, I hated that. Oh man, leaving Chantel looking on as what she thought was her future pulls away. So she decides that she is going to go and get some support from the one place that she knows it's going to be there for her. Okay, and that is her family. And she pulls up to find them at a bonfire. And she basically starts talking to them and lets them know what's been going on, the full throttle, okay, between her and Pedro. She admits to them that Pedro has asked for a divorce and that he showed up to the house with a truck ready to move out. And she begins to catch the family up. Catches them up on everything that's been going on. The fact that her and Pedro, Pedro's been staying out nights. The fact that he's been hanging out, drinking with coworkers. The fact that they have not had sex in over a year. I'm like, damn, a year? The fact that he has taken money out of the account without consulting her. He's got issues with her doing that shit. How about the fact that he took $5,000 out without even asking Chantel or confronting Chantel about it? And she admits that in this moment, she realizes in retrospect that that's more than likely his money that he used to move. Put a down payment, a security deposit, and move in his house, move in his apartment. And, she basically just discusses things with the family. And, the cool thing that I love about the family is they are so supportive. They are so supportive of her in this moment when she needs it most. Nobody's saying, I told you so. Nobody's saying, well, why didn't you come to us about it? They're just accepting that she is going through right now, and they are there for her, period. There is no pointing fingers. There is no, I told you so. There's only, Miss Karen telling her, hey, one for all and all for one. The family has said, we got your back. Everybody spoke up and said, we got your back. You don't even have to worry about it. We got your back. And then, in the confessional with River and Winter, River actually admits that he's disappointed. You know, he's disappointed because basically River admits that Pedro is who he thought he was. He admits that he gave Pedro a chance. The whole family Pedro a chance. They let him in, and he showed his hand. He showed his true colors. And River's disappointed because, you guys know River and started getting a little cool with each other, and I imagine that they kind of maybe became drinking buddies because River likes to dip, And Pedro, I remember this time River and Karen went over to the house and Pedro pulled the bottle out for him because he know River liked to sip on something, And so I imagine that they started hanging out a little bit. So he just lost a bud on top of everything else because he and Pedro had gotten really cool and started hanging out a little bit. So he lost a friend as well. You know what I'm saying? So, and Miss Karen expressed the same thing. She said, Pedro not only left Chantel, but we all gave him a chance. We put all this time and effort into the relationship that we had with Pedro and let him in for him to slam the door on all of us. And Thomas said, yeah, it looks like he basically has no remorse and he is deliberately trying to hurt Chantel, which he has a big problem with, as he should, as her father, as they all should, as her family. So then we go to Pedro's apartment, and he is basically getting ready for his day, and he decides that he wants to go get some groceries and things like that. And then come to find out, okay, he finds out the hard way that Chantel has gone in their joint account and withdrawn all of the money to the tune of $265,000. You go, girl. Take that shit, okay? Now, we all know she's going to end up having to split that with him, but hey, send that message. You heard me? Send that message. You want to fuck with me? You will get fucked with. Okay? I should not be saying that, but I got to say it. You got the wrong one. Now, he makes a statement here, and I don't know if he's trying to so-called throw Chantel under the bus, but okay, whatever. She probably said it in a joke, but he's trying to paint the picture out of Chantel being somewhat of a manipulator here because he says that Chantel told him, if you ever leave me, I want some payment. I brought your ass over here. You're going to have to pay me for that. And, the way that Pedro was putting it is like he said, maybe she took her payment. She took what she thought I owed her for her bringing me over here, which, let's keep it a buck. You do owe her something, bruh. Okay. You owe her at least an explanation of why all of this is going down. But yeah, you do owe her. You're not going. The way he keeps referring to it, she took my money. She took my. It's all about you. No, it's not. It's not your money. It's both of your money. You don't have any right to claim it any more than Chantel has any right to claim all of it. So yeah, no. She took it since you want to be dipping in it and taking money, taking $5,000 here and there. And you know what I'm saying? We all know what he did. We all know what he did. He was taking money for his own needs, not thinking about Chantel. What were you going to do? Dwindle all the money away? In your moving? Were you going to dwindle it? That's right. Okay, because that's not right either. Okay, $5,000, Pedro? Really? I mean, that's not just some chump change. That's a nice chunk of money. And you took it without discussing it with Chantel. So now it feels like to have money taken out of your joint account without discussing it. But Chantel did it in style. She took all the shit. You want to take money? I'll take some money. Take all this shit. Now you don't have nothing to dip into. You want to prepare? You should have thought about that. Then he has the nerve to say, I didn't think she was that scheming. I didn't think she was that crafty. Did you think you married a dummy? You see what family she came from? Are you stupid? I know I say that every week, but are you stupid? What do you mean you didn't think she was that crafty? Listen, guys, go check out his channel. She did a review on it as well. Shout out, girl. And it's so funny that you said that, because I'm going to repeat it, because I said earlier this afternoon when I was watching, because I actually missed it yesterday, but I watched it today. And when I saw him going through all of that, I said, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Don't you know that saying, Paige? I've been in this country for a while now. You know some sayings, okay? You don't know that? You didn't know that she wasn't going to fight back once she got over the depression of everything? Didn't you think she was going to do something? Okay, come on. She's not just going to sit back and let you walk away and just handle things the way you want to handle them and be your doormat. No, that's not happening. Guys, he just makes me want to jump through the screen sometimes. Okay, so he's talking to Nicole and told Nicole that Chantel wiped the account out. Nicole's basically like, okay, well, either way, leave her alone. Good riddance. Be careful. Nicole expresses her concern that he's there by himself in Atlanta, so she doesn't think he should go tangling with the Everett family, which she's probably right about that. So he decides to find some clues. He's going to go confront Chantel, and find out what she's done with the money, where is it, and get his money back. His money, okay? So he shows up at the house and to find Chantel gone. Chantel's not there. I love it. The name of this episode is called Hot Pursuit. Chantel is done, okay? Chantel is done. She is off doing her, handling her BI. And she is moving quick, and he can't keep up. So I'm sure he is completely surprised. What did he think? She was just going to lay in bed and be crying over him all this time? No. She is like, okay, you want to play like that? I'm out. She is going on vacation and shit. Yeah, Chantel ain't laying in that bed, man. She is gone. She is handling some business. So he starts looking through her things, looking through the house, trying to find things that he's bought her, diamonds and all of this soul stuff that he says that he's bought for her. And he's not finding shit. Chantel has been busy. You think you're moving your Chantel has been busy. She's not laying in the bed anymore, Pedro. She has been busy. He can't find shit, okay? He finds nothing, nada. He's also wondering if she took the deed to the house. Oh, but wait a minute, my bad. He found a pair of shoes that he bought her. Petty ass Pedro takes the shoes. Okay, what are you going to do with them? Give them to your new girlfriend, Antonella? or Laura. Okay. What's the purpose of taking the shoes? You're not going to wear them. And that's trifling as hell if you're going to be giving shoes to somebody else that Chantel has been wearing. Okay? Go buy some new shoes. Or he just wanted to take them for, because what's he going to do with them? What the hell was the point of that? Okay, you took my money, so I'm just going to take your shoes. Woo, big whoop. Okay, I'm sure she had tons of shoes in that closet that you didn't buy. And here is Chantel on the move. She is on the move. And she is talking to the confessional saying, it's time for me to look out for me. He wants to be doing this, then fine. Two can play that game. I'm going to be looking out for me. It is time. I don't know about you guys, but I'm so proud of her in this moment. I'm so in this exact moment right here. I'm so proud of her. Okay. I'm like, I know that's right. Get your shit, get moving, make some things happen, start lining your ducks up in a row, because you can see that's clearly what he has done. Catching her off guard. When she saw him show up at the house with a truck and ready to move his shit out, she's like, okay. She started getting up, helping it. Yeah, let me help you get your shit. And when he drove off and she was staring after him, you could tell in that moment, got you. I got it. It's done. It's over. And that's when shit really hit the fan. Pedro had no idea what was coming. He thought he was just going to roll out on Chantel and she was just going to sit there and keep crying over him. He put some shit in motion. So Pedro decides that he's going to, now he wasn't home, he's going to go to the Everett home. And he's going to confront Chantel there, or confront whoever's there, and find out where the hell his money's at. Their money. And he gets to the house and finds Winter and Thomas in the driveway. I guess they were on their way somewhere. And he decides to confront them and tell them that Chantel has taken all of the money out of the bank. He needed that money because he was going to buy some stuff for his apartment and he's going to try to buy groceries. Now she has left him with nothing. I damn sure didn't see Thomas offering him no money either. And the cool thing that I love about it is, good for you, Winter. You go, baby sis. Okay. Winter said, well, yeah, you all of a sudden show up, with a truck and you're moving out on her and you just hit her with all of this out of the blue. So yeah, I got no sympathy for you, bruh. Or excuse me, bruh-in-law. Or excuse me, ex-bruh-in-law. So what did you expect her to do? And then, Pedro starts going back and forth with Winter. She says, well, you know what? I don't have time to stand here and argue with you. You are ruining my day. I had plans to go to the park and go work out and do what it is. And here you are with this bullshit. Okay? Don't nobody want to talk to you. Nobody here is on your side. That's what she gave off. Okay? And I am so proud of her for standing up to him and giving him some shit. Thomas also gives him some shit. You separated, okay? And now all of a sudden you're wanting a divorce. It's looking like a scam, bruh. It's looking like a scam. And Winter says in her confessional that she was so proud of her dad for hitting Pedro with the scam. And letting him know, we're aware that you're probably scamming Chantel. Okay, whether you realize it or not, we're not stupid. We know what you did. And she goes on to say in this confessional, this is something that you guys have heard me say time and time again on this show, that Pedro thinks everybody is stupid. And oh, I didn't leave her right away. If I was going to leave her, it would have been in a couple of years. You know what I mean? I'm not a Sankey Panky. You think we don't see that you bided your time? She said, of course you're not going to leave her in a couple of years and look obvious with it. Okay? You're going to do it in a way that makes it look like you put some time in. We are not stupid, Pedro. You needed 5 years for citizenship. You were going to at least put that much time in. Robe also brought up another good point, that he said that he could have left in 2 or 3 years. He could have left a few years ago. No. And yeah, you were right. Okay. It is 5 years because the lawyer told him that. It is 5 years for him to get his citizenship. It's not in 2 or 3 years. So no, you couldn't have done that. Dumbass. Trying to make everybody, we're not stupid. You know, and you haven't been with her 7 years. It's been like 5, maybe 6 tops. And no, you couldn't have left for citizenship in 2 or 3 years. Remember, at that time, you needed Chantel to do it. Because if that were the case, Scott doesn't even think. Why would you have even asked the family to be nice to Chantel? Because you needed her. Why would you have asked Chantel to bring your family over? Because if you could have gotten citizenship, you needed to do that. So you saying that you could have left years ago is making you look stupid because you couldn't have. Asshole. Moving on. Okay, so at this point, the family has gathered and they're discussing what's happening. They're discussing what's happening between Pedro and Chantel. And basically, they are saying that Chantel needs to look out for Chantel. That, going on because he took money out of the account and things need to happen in a way that Chantel needs to line her stuff up. Thomas is saying that she needs to go on vacation. But the cool thing about this scene is that everybody's on board and everybody knows that Chantel is looking out for Chantel now. They know she is no longer being dragged through the mud and her feelings being dragged through the mud by Pedro's antics. Okay. So they're discussing it and they're all on board with what needs to happen. And they're saying that she needs to protect herself. This is one of my favorite scenes in the whole episode. The producer asked Karen, "Were you with Chantel?" And she has the most mischievous giggle in that moment. She does the I'm like, we know what's going on, okay? And Pedro is not stupid. He knows what's going on. He said that Chantel's been influenced by Karen for years, and most likely Karen is the one that influenced her to take the money out of bank. It's her mother. Of course she's influenced by her. You say that like it's just one of her girlfriends that she met out or something. She's influencing her. Yeah, that's what mothers do, Pedro. Doesn't your mother influence a lot of your decisions? Like, taking advantage of an American citizen. That was the most stupidest decision you ever made because you picked the wrong freaking one. She's not Danielle, and this is no shade being thrown at Danielle, but Chantel is far from Danielle. And you know what? I'm proud of Danielle in that moment as well, because Danielle came back strong. Danielle had Muhammad shaking in his boots thinking he was getting deported. So, yeah, she didn't take it lying down either. So what the hell make you think Chantel's going to do that? So Pedro goes in hot pursuit. That's the name of the episode. He is in hot pursuit, driving all over Atlanta looking for Chantel, with a determination on his face that he is going to get his money. You deserve it. You deserve it. Okay? I love it because this reminds me of Muhammad, actually. He didn't expect Danielle to be, filing for annulments and shit, trying to get his ass deported. Pedro didn't expect Chantel to wipe the account out like that. Listen, you've got no loyalty to her, right? So let me ask you this question. Why should she have any loyalty to you? Why should she look out for your best interest? Why should she make sure you have anything to dip into again? Why should she make it easy for you? You've had it very easy up to this point. You moved out of the bedroom. You got your job and your money, and you're just making all these little moves. And now the shit has hit the fan because now she's pissed. And she made a boss move because now you can't do shit. How's it feel? How does it feel to be blindsided? You deserve it. Talking about snakes in the grass. Okay. Okay. So Pedro is out on his hot pursuit, running around like a chicken with his head cut off, looking for Chantel, who is nowhere to be found. Okay? Nowhere. She is gone. So I will give him this. He has a little bit of a brain in that pea head of his, right? He brags on the fact that his phone is so organized, and he gets his notifications, and he's gotten notified that Chantel has used a joint credit card in a hotel. He goes to that hotel, does not find Chantel, gets another notification that she's in a different hotel. He goes to that hotel. Okay? Now, the producers were not allowed, and the camera people were not allowed to go into the hotel with Pedro. But apparently Chantel also went to Panama. He discovered that she went to Panama as well. But when he catches up to her, the cameras are not allowed to follow him. And then I guess they get to an area where it's neutral, because he is actually being filmed confiscating the paperwork that Chantel took from the house. And there's Chantel trying to get it back from him, saying, hey, that's my shit. You can't just walk up on me taking my stuff. So, and that's pretty much where the episode ends, guys. The episode ends with him dipping out with God's speed because Chantel has called the police. So Hot Pursuit was a hot mess. Okay. I love the fact that she had him all over the place looking for her, looking for that money. It's like, how does it feel to have your world turned upside down at a moment's notice? He was expecting to go in the bank and get probably take out another 5,000. He's going to dwindle that money. Okay. She's entitled to half of it. It's a joint account. It's not your money any more than you think it's her money. Okay. So, dude, I'm getting eaten up by a mosquito in here. Sorry. I'm like, all of a sudden, I keep scratching my arm, right? And I'm feeling something hit my leg like, bip, bip. I'm like, okay, I got a mosquito in here. All right, this is going to be interesting. Okay, so I see the chat blowing up over there. So I will go ahead and look at the chat and try to catch up on some of that. Bear with me. Shout out to Rose. She dropped some tea on me today too, man. And thank you for that. We're going to give a shout out to MovingMAD. I watch his channel as well. Okay. And Rose sent me this clip that MovingMAD was talking about that he got from All About the Tea, a website online, along with Screen Rant and many others, that you can go find tea on what's going on behind the scenes with a lot of these shows. So shout out to MovingMAD. Go subscribe to him if you get a chance. And of course, subscribe to Ro's Thoughts. I'll go ahead and include a link to your channel, Ro, in the description of this video, baby girl. I appreciate you. I'll also include the link to Veganowledge JJ for those of you who are on a health journey and would like some tips if you're thinking about becoming vegan. I will put her link in there as well. I'll also put Just Call Me Wah and MovingMAD. They have tons of subscribers. They certainly don't need any guidance from me about, hey, go. But yeah, I appreciate those people. I appreciate their channels, and go subscribe if you haven't, because they're awesome. And I look up to people who are getting it done on YouTube. So I haven't included them yet because as you saw, I was running behind production. So, check back tomorrow and click the links if you want to check that stuff out. Or later tonight. I will also link Miss Karen's channel. Karen, that's the video I was trying to upload. Karen and Thomas BSR. I will link that as well, and go subscribe because Miss Karen gives a ton of tips on she gives a ton of tips on all kinds of things as far as being prepared. She gives you tips on, well, BSR means belief system reality, first of all. And she and Thomas are all about being prepared. And they try to teach you things that are going to get you through this crazy thing called life, as Prince puts it. Okay. So she has all kinds of tips about, she's talking about solar panels and things that you can do in the event that you have a storm and lose your power. She's showing you about her gardening, and she's showing you about how to, get rid of snakes and things like that. Not only in your garden, but in your life. Okay, so a lot of good tips on Karen and Thomas BSR. You definitely need to check it out. I love it, and I can't wait every time they drop a video. They do lives on Instagram Monday nights at 9 o'clock. And unfortunately, she wasn't able to do one this week, But so they put a video on YouTube, so go check it out. Love you, Miss Karen. So yeah, MovingMAD spilled some tea that Ro let me know about. And apparently, rapper Drake has slid into our girls' DMs. Okay? Drake is trying to hook up with our girl, y'all. Do it! Do it, Chantel. I mean, take time for you. Don't get all wrapped up, but have some fun, girlfriend. Have some fun. Because you, of all people, are not going to be lonely in this situation here. Okay? You got too much going on to be pining over Pedro. So, and apparently they have been texting each other back and forth for a while now. And yeah, so good for Drake. Way to move in and, you know, be supportive to Chantel because, and I'm sure they just got wind of Drake. I'm sure he's not the only person sliding in Chantel's DMs. Okay? Because Sister Girl got it going on. So I'm sure he's not the only one. And she's at damn near 1 million followers on Instagram. So yeah, I'm sure she's not going to be hurting for company and for something to do. Or somebody to do it with. All right. And we have got Veganowledge JJ coming on board.
Hey, can you hear me? Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I sure can.
Okay, I'm going to mute for a second.
Okay, do me a favor. Can you help me out with these chats so people aren't waiting for me to take 2 years to read one chat?
I would love to. I just got home, so I'm just unloading.
Okay. In the meantime, yeah, we will continue to talk about what's going on with Chantel because I don't know. What do you guys think in the comments section? And shout out again to Ro for dropping this tea on me because I had no idea. I didn't hear about this. I hadn't watched MovingMAD to find out about it. But you know what? I have that website that he got it from saved to my home screen now, and I will be checking it out on a regular basis and bringing you guys some tea firsthand.
So fill me in what happened.
So apparently Drake is hollering at Chantel.
Oh, okay. That's what you were saying earlier. I remember.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
I was saying earlier too. I am so glad that she's found someone because he did her wrong, and I hope that he feels a little bit jealous.
You guys could probably hear our cat in the background menu.
Sorry.
So we used to own a restaurant delivery service, and we named our cat Menu because that's what our business was, uploading menus, and we were doing it long before DoorDash.
Yeah, we found her like right next to where our office was, and she showed up like the same day that we had like this huge stack of menus to mail out. So it's kind of a weird cat name, but that's where it came from.
And it's so cool because she just looks like Menu. I mean, you know what I mean? I don't even think of it as a thing anymore. I look at that as her name, and I don't even think of a menu.
Right.
When I say it, you know that
I didn't even think of it like somebody at work thought it was like French or something like menu.
Right. It seems like it could be Asian even or something.
Right. I don't know, but it like you said it until you just started describing. I'm like, oh yeah, that might be a reason to tell them what that name is all about. Give me just 2 seconds and I'll read the chats.
Take your time, guys. You know. I can read some of them. Let's see here. Let me go. Okay, Krista Joe. That's a new name. Hi, Krista. Welcome to the J Crew. Welcome to the channel. Man, I missed a lot of chats here. Mary G in the house. What's up, Mary G? What's up, Buddha? I just love saying
Buddha
her name. Buddha
said,
1000.
Buddha said, yes, Pedro dipped, but all of us women know when a better man comes along, Pedro will still take notice. Yep.
Shout out to Renee Revelinsky. I see you.
That is, he's gonna definitely try to come around. He's gonna do that. I don't want you, but I don't want no one else to have you. Guaranteed.
Oh, you know it. Shout out to A Grant. Yeah, you know it.
He was so cut off though. I'm almost wondering if he's not going to do that because he's already been into somebody else and in a new relationship anyway. You never know. Because I feel
I
like
really think that.
it was like classic. I was saying this earlier in the chat when I finally had some connection along with the other app. It was like he had like classic cheater behavior. It seemed like, you know what I mean, lost interest.
Oh,
didn't
all
care
day
about
long.
her feelings, wanted to go out all the time, like turn around 360 from who he was. You know,
I have maintained all along that is one of the ways that people get disconnected that way, that quickly. That's usually another person on the other end of that, you know.
Yeah.
And Ronnie said it in her video that basically Pedro, and you know, she, shout out to you. I thought maybe Laura might have been Antonella's mother, but Ronnie did say that she was her aunt, and she got it confirmed in some of this stuff that she found online that is in fact Antonella's aunt. So, and yeah. So, because I said the other week, I said they look alike. There's no way they're not related.
You did. You called that.
And so did she. So it's like, you know, there's no way that they're not related. Some people are thinking that he's messing around with Laura, the aunt herself.
Could be, because he reminds me of.
But it's all Anton. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying he does remind me of someone who's into older women like that. To take
yeah,
care
no doubt. No doubt. And the fact that, you know, Antonella has a new baby with her husband. However, the fact that her husband has been deleted from her Instagram.
Wow, right. You were
that's sus. That's sus. So
exactly. Like that when you told me that, I'm like, okay, that doesn't mean anything just because she's married with a baby. If she's doing what Pedro was doing.
Right.
But I saw something on here that he had a new girlfriend earlier today.
Who?
Pedro. It said he was spotted with a new girl. I didn't read it or anything, but
that wasn't her.
I don't know. I didn't look. I thought when they said new, it would be somebody else. But let's see if anybody in the chat hears that.
Does anybody in the chat know about that? Ro, what's up? Have you seen that yet, or?
Let's see.
I'm gonna put Pedro the link in the
both. Mary G said, "You're right."
Huh? Pedro what?
Probably did them both. She looked like some other little girl.
Mary, you're not right.
Yeah, Wendy said it's some.
I put a link. Ro, I sent you a link Instagram, but I'm gonna go ahead and put one here in the chat in case you or anybody else wants to join Jen and I, and give us your comments or thoughts. Menu is going off.
Oh, I just fed her so she would stop. Sorry. She's like a baby when she's hungry. There we go. She won't be talking no more. Can you still hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, it was I was trying to read, but I think I was too far away from the thing that it was somebody who said that just a minute ago, that it looked like some other skinny girl that was the girl that he was spotted with.
Wow.
So yeah, it didn't look like her, but you know how they gray out those pictures as to not show who it is, so I couldn't really tell.
Yes.
And I was like right in the middle of something, I couldn't revisit it. But that's I wouldn't, be surprised. I feel like I said this before. He was like a little kid in a candy store when he got a little bit of freedom, like he turned 16 and got his own car.
Oh
And just
yeah,
like,
definitely.
oh, now Chantel was mommy and the family was not cool anymore. I want to go out, and party and do my own thing. And she's holding me
Yeah, the
back.
grass is greener somewhere else. Let me go.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, just in case you want to support the channel, which would be much appreciated, here is the Cash App. It is hashtag J, capital J, small j, capital VIDEO. And we've got another person joining us here. Hold on, let me pull you in.
Oh,
All right, who do we have?
It's trying to see if you guys or not. If it's not, I'll hop off.
Yeah, it's choppy. Say a couple more things.
You hear me?
Okay, we heard the throat clearing and we heard me.
Okay, I'm still working on.
do you have a headset?
I'm assuming you're talking about.
Can you hear me?
Okay, we heard most of that.
I probably gonna hop off if this.
Okay, yeah, I heard you say you're probably going to hop off if, and I'm assuming that you're saying that if it continues to break up, which is a shame because I would love here to talk about it because I loved your video.
Oh, I threw that together.
It was cool. It was cool.
Awesome.
Honestly, I completely agree with everything that you were saying about the fact that Pedro is just I don't know whether he thinks that him living in, like, he thought that he could go back and say, oh well, I could have left a few years ago. That's BS.
Yeah, he's basically so defensive of everything too. That's another thing that kind of the red flag. It's almost like he knows that's what it looks like, but he's not doing a very good job of trying to cover that up either. It's like he doesn't even understand that it looks terrible. It's not just Thomas and Karen that are thinking he used her. It's half of America, except for A. Grant.
Exactly.
I'll just play.
Don't.
Yeah, A. Grant's that devil's advocate.
Yes. But yeah, I mean, there's people that probably don't think that. And I was skeptical at first because I was always Team Pedro, like a lot of this whole relationship. But then the way he did that total 360 just made me think something is not right. He's not being honest with her, and that's the only thing that gets me. If you've lost interest and you want to leave, there's a way to do it that doesn't make her feel like she did everything wrong.
You see that comment by Buddha? She said that, yeah, that they said that Pedro is dating some senior out of high school.
Wow.
I thought I
But
saw
your
a
Antonella is
celeb who
young.
does weekly. He does day updates. Bunked this young girl.
Okay.
It to throw us off. It popped
Somebody,
up that he with Antonella.
yeah, I think
You
I
didn't
saw her
hear.
comment.
I didn't hear a lot of that.
She said earlier in the chat that the celeb guy, I think it was, debunked that, saying that that was just to throw us off, that there is no other girl. So I don't know. Maybe that was one of those things to reel me in to click on it. But A. Grant came in and said, "Don't hate Pedro. He wasn't out to kill Chantel. She's spoiled and selfish." Now, she is kind of spoiled. I give you that for sure. I think there's no doubt she had faults in this relationship, but you can't tell me that he didn't know that the entire 5 years. What changed all of a sudden when he got a job?
Right. Wendy
That's my own.
Jones says, I don't have Instagram, but here is the mystery woman's picture. You have the picture?
Ooh, we got insiders on the screen.
Oh, wow. Wait a minute. At BASF.baby.
You see the
Okay, let me look that up.
Well, I don't think maybe he was out to hurt her from the beginning necessarily. Wendy said she does look very
Goes back
young,
to the
Buddha.
whole conversation about it's to protect you. Divorce starts because nasty and messy, and But I found they have a prenup.
All right, you said that on the video.
Yeah, I found the scene where Thomas Aaron literally up and make sure it is something that they wanted is so.
I can the BASF.baby is a private account. There's one that says BASF.baby and it's private. Is it on Instagram that you're talking
She was
about?
probably getting a lot.
Yeah, she probably deleted it. Or made it private, I mean. You know what I mean?
In any clearer the settings on.
You're still going in and out, sweetheart.
I'll pop out.
All right, honey. Thanks for trying. But yeah.
So let's see what we got here. Buddha said, hate means you person constantly trust. After his 15 minutes is up, Pedro will be an afterthought.
That is so true.
Mm-hmm.
That is so true about a lot of these I mean, there's a lot of people that you don't even hear about anymore that have been on these shows.
Right. Because sometimes I'll, you know how it has all the shows when you're watching like Discovery Plus and stuff. It'll end that episode and it'll go back to season 1. I'm like, oh wow, I forgot all about that. Like they were so prevalent in my life every single week, and then you just kind of forget. Some of them now, though, with all the spin-offs, it makes it a lot easier to keep them. You know what I mean? To keep them in the forefront. They've got like Happily Ever After. single life. So like we can't forget Big Ed, and we can't forget, Michael and Angela. Oh, Michelangelo. I never thought of it like that. And who else is just on there now? Andre, and but now I think, who did they just say? Bilal, right, is on there now too.
Yeah, Bilal and Shida.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what else we got here. You checking out that picture, Dawn?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
If Chantel's show comes back, A. Grant said Pedro will be a part. Buddha said, I'm telling you though, 90 Day Single Life needs to offer Chantel a huge deal, LOL. People will be glued to the TV. You got that right. I think so. I mean, Pedro and Chantel are both the hot thing right now. I think at this point in time, either one of them might work, but I think Chantel, definitely, with the whole basis about her and stuff, I hear a lot of people that aren't as interested in Pedro's family and stuff. But I think people are going to be interested in seeing what he's doing, because we all want to know the scoop. Like, what are they doing now?
Right. Wendy, I can't click the link, darling, not from the stream. It won't open for me. It's just basically treating it as a regular comment, and every time I click on it, it's a dead link. It's not doing anything for me.
Wendy said,
I'll tell you what, send it to channel the panel, just like it sounds, channel the panel at gmail.com. Send it over there, and I will go ahead and click it and retrieve it and put it on the stream real quick. Channel the panel at gmail.com, and I'll go look out for it.
you must channel
the panel. Ron, I'm sorry that you weren't able to stay on, but I'm telling you, girl, that is crazy what is going on with Pedro.
It must be the stream.
Now you're breaking up.
How about now?
Okay, now it's good.
Okay.
How do I sound, everybody? Am I okay?
Great. Every now and then we get like a brief cutout, but I don't hear any, like, that hasn't been since I first started.
Wow.
And let's see what we got here. Buddha said, here's what they're going to do, A. Grant. They're going to go the Kim K reality TV route, meaning his name might be mentioned, but he will not be a part of the show. A. Grant thinks that Pedro will definitely be a part of the show. So that's what's going on in the chat. What do you think, J&J Video?
I definitely think that Pedro. Here's my thought, okay? And I said this to you earlier today, and shout out to Krista for the $10. I started to say $10 super chat. Oh, we're speaking it into existence for the
Thank you.
$10 Cash App, sweetie. I appreciate you so much. I think that Pedro. Think about this, guys. Think about this, and you know me. I'm the conspiracy theorist. And I'm going to go check for Wendy's picture if she sent that. I think that they are trying to set Pedro up for his own show. Listen to why I say that. Look at how they're building Nicole's storyline. That whole thing with Alejandro, her getting pregnant, her and Lydia not speaking, Pedro and Alejandro fighting, Karema, Pedro. People want to tune in to see if Nicole hooks up with Alejandro. If she does, what's that going to do for her and Lydia's relationship? If Pedro is going to go to the DR and hook up with Karema. I think Pedro may end up getting a
You know
spinoff
what?
on a spinoff. What you think about
I
that?
think this. Wouldn't it be funny if they
If I
changed
were a
the
producer,
name
I'd go
from?
after it.
What about Chantel's family and then the family Pedro, or backwards? The family Chantel and Pedro's family, because didn't they do that kind of because that's the way he said it? In like, you know how the words in Spanish are reversed?
Yeah.
So like the family Chantel, it'd be funny if they left it that way and then did his like the other way in the English version. I think you're exactly right though, because they've been giving his sister way more airtime, and then the whole thing with them getting divorced. It's almost like it's a story written, you know, like it was already planned from the beginning the way that came together, which it probably was. Realistic.
I think so. I think that's absolutely crazy. And I think that they're going to try to do that. Wendy Jones, what's happening, honey? Are you going to send me that link? I want to see what this girl looks like. Don't get me all and juiced up and don't send the link. Hopefully there's not an issue with that email, because I'm over in it and I don't see anything. I saw the Cash App notification. It's channelthepanel@gmail.com.
Is there any numbers in it or anything, or no?
Nope.
CHANNELTHEPANNEL.
Yes. PANEL.
Rose said I'm not watching it. A Grant said, you mean to do that while you take the laundry and dirty things and throw them in front everybody like that? Pull it out.
I like how she tried to read it with the patois.
You like that? I know how to do that. I tried anyway. I didn't channel my inner accent. The email bounced back, Wendy said.
It bounced back. Okay.
You can send it to mine, JJ Veganowledge, just like my name without the D. I mean, without the, yeah. It shares the N, basically, instead of the K. So, jjveganowledge@gmail.com. Oh, she said I spelled it wrong. LOL. I sent you one.
Got it.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
Okay, and Ronnie sent it as well. Okay.
I have all kind of pictures. I'll see it.
I am.
This is like ESPN update. Live on JJ Video. The high school skinny girl coming up. Back to school with Pedro. What would they call it? If this is really his girlfriend. What was I gonna say? Oh, the thing with Karen and Thomas, I don't know if you guys already talked about this because I didn't have connection some of the time I was out, but like They handled it just like I thought they would. And I knew River was going to bring that anger back out that he had for Pedro from the beginning, too. It's like, all right, I thought you were my boy, but no. You are who I thought you were. It almost was like he was just waiting to see. They were kind of waiting in the wings. But I think Thomas almost looked a little bit hurt because he kind of started looking at him like a son. In a way, I really do believe that they didn't think that was going to happen. They thought they were going to have grandkids with them.
Yeah.
When like it was easy, right? He's so young, like just let him go, let him walk right out of your life after she brought him, all the way, dated him long distance from another country. But that's pretty much how he let her go. So River's like, yeah, just let him go. Buddha said, LOL, back to school with Pedro comment. That's a great name for the show, isn't it? They called her a mean name on the picture. Oh. Scroll to the middle of the page. She said.
Okay, because I'm like, where is it? You know what I mean? Chantel.
What? A mean name? That's not nice. And I'm on Team Chantel, and I didn't even call her a mean name. I feel like
I'm not finding this thing.
That's sort of why probably Pedro, if he was seeing somebody or wanting to see multiple people, I feel like he's like closed himself off to feeling any emotion. Because even if this was let's just say, that he was legit in the beginning and everything was, not necessarily planned, even all that time with her, there has to be some kind of feelings there. It's just so hard to believe that he's completely that disconnected. But he kind of did the same thing with his mom and his sister too. So that's just his way of maybe dealing with it.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it, guys.
All
I see is the picture of Pedro, and it's just showing me a picture of Pedro. View comments.
Let me see.
Okay, so see if you can.
Is that her?
I mean, is it the girl that's the back? Her back is to us. Turn your phone.
Is that her?
I don't think so. Yeah, no, that's just some chick dancing. It's a video.
Oh. Okay. Pedro shares picture new woman.
So it's not normally when you click article, it brings up what we're talking about. So I'm scrolling down. Is that her? What's that? No.
Online women's clothing. It probably is just further down. Is that her? That might be it. What does Pedro Jimenez mystery woman photo? Oh, here it is.
Okay. We got it. Oh, what happened?
Just scrolled it back up for some reason. There it is. And then the right picture shows her up close. Look on the right. That one's got her grayed out. Yep, looks like almost like a younger Chantal.
All right, I got it. And what I did. Welcome to the.
I was trying on my cell phone to let you know I took a screenshot of just the photo and sent it to you in DMs.
I actually just did that same thing. I just screenshotted it.
Is this
crazy.
clearer?
God, we think a lot of. Let me go to the DMs. Yeah,
Yes,
I
Wendy,
actually got
I have
one
it,
of
and
her.
I read the whole article.
We can hear you.
Yes, I switched to my cell phone. Gotta love Android.
All of a sudden, I hear her.
Yes, Wendy, but I read the whole article, and if you read all the way to the bottom, they say they don't know if, because it looks like a work event, if this was just posed at a work event or if she is actually somebody in Pedro's life. So it is unconfirmed. So like I said, Celeb Guy had debunked this because of the whole Antonella Laura Peru vacation with Pedro.
Wow.
Catch me up on that. What happened now?
Oh yeah. Pedro is in Peru with Antonella and Laura on vacation. He was complaining about all the vacations Chantel takes, but he's on vacation with them. It has been confirmed by several sources.
And I'm sure his
maybe he
girlfriend
is doing both of them.
took her there.
Well, people are putting their money on Laura as a sugar mama.
Yes.
Because I guess
That's what I think.
I guess Antonella's husband has popped back up somewhere. Wendy was saying that earlier.
Gotcha.
And I said I have to go snooping further for that one. But yeah. He hates all the vacations that Chantel takes, but he's on one right now. Did we lose Jen?
Okay, so all right, so here's the pick, guys. That's her.
Drum roll, please.
Shout out to Wendy Jones and Ronnie Conover. So, Miss Hot Mama, I don't know. You know, if he's on vacation with them, then chances are things are definitely hot and heavy. I don't know. Something's one of those women, but who then is, we don't know. I guess we'll find out.
So I was listening to Gio Malik earlier because he does his recap in the morning on Tuesdays. Yeah. And he brought up a good idea, like a good thought. Okay, Pedro's all freaking out that Chantel took the money out of their joint account. But all the trips that he takes to the DR to visit his family,
yeah.
You don't think he's taking money and stashing it there?
Oh, no doubt. You know he is. He was worried about, he mentioned in the show, and many true things are said when you're doing it yourself, that he was worried that Chantel was going to take the money and put it somewhere in Panama. So
you don't have guilty thoughts like that unless you're doing it too. I said that in my video. I had a boyfriend who was always clocking where I was because he was running around on me. So you don't come up with ideas like she's, hiding money in another country unless you're doing the same thing.
Right. Absolutely. And no doubt he's most likely sharing an account with his mom or something. His mother's probably got access to the money.
Yeah, that's how they're paying for that apartment, because she's been a lawyer this whole time, but we've never seen her in an office.
Good point.
And
Yeah,
who
you
paid
said
for
that in the
Nicole to
video.
go to college?
Okay,
Pedro.
so no, well, here's the thing. Lydia said last week that the dad actually paid for that.
I thought she said that the dad paid for her to go to college, meaning Lydia.
He said both.
Oh.
Yeah, he said both. He said your university, he paid for all of that. And then she
I'll have to
admitted
go
that
back
he
and
paid
look
for
at
her
that.
as well. Yep. So I'm like, wow. Dad is still in the picture.
Oh, Wendy, can you send me a link to that? I want to read anything I can on that one. Wendy just said that Laura supposedly scammed $3.6 million in a tax return scam.
What? Oh my God, I got the best audience. You guys have all the tea.
And I thought I was snooping like crazy for content today. Wendy, you need to get on here and be a creator too.
Yeah.
Bringing out all the receipts.
You guys got it going on. Look at this. This is teamwork.
I thought I was
Yes.
getting on Jay's nerves yesterday with all the crap I was sending her. It's like, here's a screenshot of this, and here's a screenshot of this.
No.
He loves it. We love it.
Oh, I appreciate that. I love it because, hey, you know, that's the one thing that you guys are good at that I'm not. I will come on here and I will rant, but as far as looking for tea, I don't have the patience for that shit. So I love that's what you guys bring to this platform.
And I know you have an issue with your eyes. If you ever need me to hit that video in the DMs instead and just talk it out with you, I'm good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, not a problem, because that's one of the reasons why I don't do as much of it is because I have to enlarge it and all of that crap. You know what I mean? But trust it, when I get wind of different outlets where they get this stuff from, I do save them to my home screen and I go looking on them. But then
hey,
I
JJ, welcome to the group. I just wanted to say hi. It looks like we have another new person. Shay J just joined the group. She said Lydia is a lawyer, but the term is being used loosely. There's a difference between a lawyer and an attorney.
That's true.
Wait a minute. Who's Shay J? Oh, in the chat you said?
Yes, yeah. I was reading the comment for you.
I love
Shout out to Shay J. Welcome to the J Crew. Please hit subscribe if you haven't.
Welcome, Shay.
Yes, welcome, Shay. We are a bunch of nut jobs and we have a blast on Tuesday nights.
We are the conspiracy theorists.
We are literally the X-Files, EX-Files when it comes to Pedro.
Right? I like that. The X-Files. You're on fire today.
So we've got so many theories that, you know, we've got the theory that he was messing with Karema because she's been spotted in Cape May, New Jersey. We've got the theory that he's messing around with he's got a sugar mama who is Laura Delgado, his boss, or he is home wrecking Antonella's home because guess what? The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. His mother was a home wrecker, or she attempted to be. So guess what?
But remember, Laura supposedly has a boyfriend too, so he could be home wrecking there. And if I was him, I would be going the Laura route because she looks like she's outside the baby making
the boss
age.
Of it all. Yeah, she's the boss of it all.
A. Grant said Laura's man isn't in Peru, interestingly. And Laura was the one who said Pedro is never wrong. So, A. Grant, are you saying that Pedro is possibly with Laura? Or he's not?
I'm leaning towards Laura because,
Me
he
too.
doesn't want to deal with a young baby, which Antonella comes with the baby. They're a package deal where Laura isn't saddled with little children and she's got the money to take vacations to Peru.
And
I'm
think about it,
doubting that
when
Pedro
Right.
had to pay for it because he's claiming he's broke.
when he became a real estate agent, all of a sudden, maybe like you said, Antonella was the throw off, and it was actually, and look how she came off. They're good kids, you know. I hope they work things out while she's in the meanwhile like hooked up with Pedro.
But again, that's
I'm
how
gonna
you play it when you're,
go
doing
ahead.
something dirty. You play like you're innocent and you're just like,
Right.
these poor kids.
And think about it. She's got all the leads, and Pedro being so into his job, it reminds me of like sleeping his way to the top, right? He is really
That's
Pedro.
exactly what he's doing.
Wendy, can you post the links in the chat so we can click on them after we watch after the live's over? Because some of us are nosy Nellies, or as I've been told, Yenta, which is Yiddish for nosy bitch. Pardon my French.
I'm a Barbara Streisand fanatic.
Oh,
I know some Yiddish. I know some Yiddish.
if
That's
you
why we
watch
don't
The
get
Nanny,
along.
you got a whole course in Yiddish. But I was actually telling that joke earlier. When I'm on Fantasy, I sound just like Fran Drescher. I can even do the laugh.
Oh my God,
Yes.
really?
That's funny. I'm like
You
I've
know
never
what,
heard
Ollie?
the
That's
last
karma.
conversations. Do it again.
Dolly posted Pedro's going to mess around and catch several STDs. And I said, you know what? That's called karma.
Oh my God. You guys are crazy. He would deserve it. He would truly deserve it, just like he deserves what Chantel did. I was so took that money.
Oh, I was
Have
throwing
you guys
snaps at
checked
the
out Karen and
screen.
Thomas's when?
When she's like, I got this money, and he's freaking out because his card got declined,
Oh
as he
yeah.
said it.
Right.
Probably trying to buy dinner for some chick.
I was in the floor.
I was buying things for my apartment, and my card got declined. And I went out to the internet
Apartment.
banking, and
Yeah.
it said there's no money in the account. So I called the bank, and they said, yes, she here earlier, and she made large withdrawal. And Mama Karen was the getaway driver. She was in the car ready to go.
Dude, could you imagine that if I
Right?
like decided, if we split up, I'd be like, I took $15. Let her try to get Chipotle now or something, but different bank accounts, right?
And that's the way to do it. Just because they even had the discussion, when he was leaving. So we're going to split the bills 50-50. And, and then she's talking about how he took the $5,000 out of the account and she has no idea what he was using it for. Well, we know it was for his first and last now.
Is it
But
like
Right.
next to that he's already got all this planned out? Like that's so fun. He's already had an apartment. He's got
yeah,
like the girl was pressuring him that he's gonna have to leave, almost like an ultimatum type situation. It sounded like he was like, okay, I got to get out now, so I got to just make up a bunch of stuff and leave this relationship and get my apartment, and that way he didn't go right to to living with the other woman. But I think you guys are right. I think more I think about it, it's definitely got If he's not with her and gonna be in a relationship with her, he's definitely messing with the boss.
And Shay, when I saw that, you are absolutely right. I'm like, how did you not turn off the garage door, electronic door, garage door clicker, or change the inside door lock? You only changed the front door? Come on, girl. But that's what you
Right.
get when you're 30 and you don't know any better. You got to change all the locks, not just the one that has, the electronic code. You got to change all of them. A garage door has those little things on the inside that can keep it from going up and down. You need to do that.
Right.
She was trying to do this on
Somebody
her
put her
own.
down.
Yeah. So she's trying to do
Somebody
this
put her
before she
down.
goes to mom.
What's what?
She obviously tried to change the lock right after he left and didn't call Mama Karen and Thomas for how do I do this? Because she left the 2 doors and he gets in the house. He took her Louboutins. Come on now. What is Nicole going to try and stuff her fat feet in it like the stepsisters and Cinderella? Come on.
Right, right.
Yeah, tell him, Ro.
To be a fly on, that better be a scene. Because that will be the funniest scene. That will be a meme.
We'll make it a meme.
I hate Chantel, but I love her shoes.
I just am like, I don't think we ever saw Chantel not in control of the situation. Like, it's almost like somebody that you never see cry, or you never let them see, you never see them sweat, and then that happens. That's what it felt like when all this was going down. Like, she was just like, dude, I don't know. I'm at a loss. Like, because it was such a whirlwind of everything happening that she didn't even see it coming. That's the part that is so weird. You know what I mean? Like, whether she saw more of it than we did, she kind of did, but like not thinking he was going to be done and like, I'm moving out, I'm getting a divorce, got my apartment and I'm done. I think she thought it was a little more than that.
I want to say the minute he sat down and told her, I want a divorce, how he came in the backyard from somewhere. I want to say he came from the apartment complex and just paid his deposit. He got his keys. Because it was like the next day, the moving truck's backing up.
Yeah, how crazy was that?
That's when he went and took the 5,000 and went and took care of his business.
Yeah, and then after he took care of business, he came and sat down and said, I want a divorce. So she thought she still had some time, and next day, here comes the moving truck.
So my point exactly. That's exactly why he deserved her to do the way she did that with that money. Blindside him just like he blindsided your ass.
Mm-hmm. I was so proud of her.
It's all about work, 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 work. And then all of a sudden, when something like that, remember when she went to visit his family? He was all of a sudden, he was in the Dominican Republic in 3 hours or something. Well, I don't know if you can get.
Oh, yeah, he wasted no time.
And then he's crying that she took the money, and he's not going to have any closings for the next month or two. So he's not going to have any money for the next month or two. I thought you were making all this bank, dude. That's what you've been telling us for the last 5 episodes.
But what if
now all of a sudden you're crying poor?
Well, maybe that was the bank though, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Maybe that was the bank.
Yeah.
That's why he feels so easy saying it's my money. Maybe that's a lot of the money that a lot of it he put in there.
But some people are saying it's the show's money too. Like, who knows? It's probably both. But if it's
all of it. It's all of it because they are Pedro and Chantel LLC. So it's
Mary
all
G,
of it.
you are right.
I can't
think
imagine Pedro don't have his own account too somewhere. I feel like he's just mad that she took half of this, but he's got some money somewhere.
Yeah, there's no way he didn't open his own account.
Yeah, if he planned everything else, come on, we're not stupid.
And Mary G made a comment about Chantel's Chantel sabotages herself, and the fact that Pedro found the documents in her trunk. He said he was looking for he called it a title to the house, but we know it's a deed. I think he was looking for the prenup so he could rip it up.
Yeah.
But he
Yeah, he
forgets
probably is. But you know,
that
they
we
have
have the
copies of
video that they have one.
Right, and I'm sure that's not the only copy. It's probably one at the attorney's office as well.
At the attorney's office, Karen and Thomas's house, a safety deposit box.
Right.
There's copies. Winter has a copy. River has a copy. But what she should have done is dropped the box of papers at her parents' house, not carried them around in the car.
Right. Well, she didn't expect him to catch up with her like that. But he did. He was looking at those credit card notifications and seeing that that was another thing. Why would you use the credit card that you guys have a joint account with?
Because she put him on all her cards to build his credit. Again, trying to help him. Remember, she had to buy her own ring because he had no credit?
Yes. Good memory.
Night, baby. I love you.
I finally compressed this video of Karen and Thomas, so I'm waiting for it to load on StreamYard. It's just taking forever. This Karen is awesome.
I want them to have their own, like, just the family Chantel, and literally have it just be the family. Like, Chantel is in it, obviously, but I want to see more of Miss Karen and her antics. Thomas, I want to see River and his music, and, you know, him taking off with that. I actually enjoy, you know, Winter's weight loss journey and her out here getting all these menses.
Right. I think that would be, who needs Pedro? I would love to see a show about that.
Half the time I want to fast forward through the Nicole and Lydia stuff, and, you know,
who the hell wants to read all those subtitles anyway? It's getting on my damn nerves, especially being legally blind. It's a pain in the ass.
Well, luckily,
so they can definitely write their asses right out.
Spanish was my minor in college, so I can read it, I can write it, and I can understand it. But for me to try and speak it, sometimes I get nervous with conjugating and the fact that you say, like, family Chantel instead of Chantel's family, or cat black instead of black cat, and making sure I'm conjugating the verb in the right tense, because they have like 4 tenses. And
I know I'm learning it.
I trip over my words, but like, I can sit there and like translate an entire legal document with no problem, because I have the time to think and do it. So like the Lydia and Nicole stuff, I don't necessarily need to read the subtitles because I understand what they're saying.
Right.
But like the whole, like any scene that the boyfriend was in, like I can't stand him. I just fast forwarded. I was like, I don't care. Yeah. But
it's like, listen, get your own damn show. We don't even need to see you on here anymore. Thank God. The
only gossip I have in relating to them is Gio Malik said on his stream a couple of weeks ago that his estimation was it was not a miscarriage, it was a procedure.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. So she got rid of it.
That is what he was saying. And that is why she was alone in the clinic.
That makes absolute sense, because
and why she's not telling anybody.
Right. She's not going to have his baby, not under Lydia's roof.
She doesn't want to be her mom. She doesn't want to repeat her mom's mistakes. She's said that several times. So she wasn't having that baby.
And she knew Alejandro would be upset, so she's telling him that it's a miscarriage. But he's an asshole. I mean, he's like, it's either me or your family. Dude, really? You're going to make her choose between you and her family. I mean, you just got back in the door. You might want to continue kissing a little ass.
Now, I may not get along with my husband's family as much as I had hoped I would, but I told him from day one, I will never come between you guys and I will never make you choose.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I screw in my smile when I have to see them once a year. And I do it. And of course, it's got to be at Christmas.
See, but that's why conversation about her, right? But she needs to rethink if she even wants to be with him, because if he's controlling, because that apparently was her complaint about him to begin with.
And didn't Oprah say, when someone shows you their true colors the first time, believe them?
Right.
Was that Oprah or Maya Angelou? I can't remember, but it was one of those really smart women.
Not quite sure which one. Okay, I'm gonna dip out and come right back in so that I can play this video, because it's giving me an issue. So I'm gonna dip out and come right back in.
Oh yeah, Shay, we remember the original apartment. They've upgraded at least once. And like I said, we've never seen Lydia actually go to work. She is always in that apartment. And we remember when she was upset that he didn't bring the big screen TV when they came to visit.
Okay, so I'm gonna play this video that I edited. It's just a clip of Karen and Thomas BSR. You guys ready?
With bated breath.
Okay, so no wonder that it actually took so long and had to be compressed. I actually edited this. So this is the whole video. So I'm just going to go ahead and play it since I have it. There is a section where I got a notification from Sheila E on so you're going to see that in there, but don't worry about it. All right, here it is. Without further ado, Karen and Thomas BSR.
Hello, BSR Nation.
Hello, how are you doing today, family?
Thank you for tuning in. Sorry we couldn't go live with you. We tried, but we have a poor connection. Whenever it storms down here or rains really bad, unfortunately, it affects our electronics, so we couldn't go live. I'm so sorry. But we decided to make this video, and we're going to post it as soon as we're finished.
Yes.
So we want to thank you again. Thank you so much for tuning in. I want to thank Thomas because he's here tonight.
Hey, I was off last week.
He was off last week. So don't tell him anything. We had a great time last week, Thomas. You know, River came down.
Oh, it did? Okay.
Winter came down.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah.
And we had a great time. We did our boot game. So
boot game.
maybe without further ado, we should go ahead and do that.
Bootsy.
Bootsy. And then I have my boot game. Boot game. Woo! Woo! Bootsy.
What's under the boot?
Yes, I'd rather be with you. Yeah. Yeah, I'd rather be with you. I'd rather be with you. Yeah. Say, I'd rather be with you and you.
Yes.
So we're going to go ahead and talk about what we were going to talk about. And don't forget, we're not talking about anybody. We're only talking about what we're talking about.
We're talking about shaking off snakes in the grass.
Snakes in the ponderosa.
Yes. And I do mean shake them off.
If you can. We've been having a difficult time getting rid of our snake.
Yeah.
But I know with time and patience, we're gonna get that snake back over there in that stream where it belongs.
Sometimes you got to just say, get 'em off.
Sometimes.
Skip on.
Well, I want to show you a couple of things. The first thing is this beautiful box. This is a box from my charmed arm, and I'm going to have my friend Lisa Reimer come on, not tonight, but on another night, because she has beautiful jewelry. So go to her website, look at her jewelry. It's beautiful, amazing. She makes it all herself. They're natural stones. This is one of her boxes, and I love it. And I have three. I have like a small, a medium. This is the large. Also, I want to show you this. I want to talk about this. You see this right here?
Oh,
well,
man.
you know what? It's like if you cannot identify a snake, a poisonous, venomous one, they're all venomous.
Oh, yes.
But not all
Well, all
of them.
will bite.
All of them will
Not all of
bite.
them are venomous.
Well, no. Okay, let me change it. Maybe they all have venom, but they're all not poisonous. But if your kid, please warn your children about these snakes, because some of them are quite beautiful, like the one in the ponderosa.
Right. Some of them walk with 2 feet. You have to watch out.
This one doesn't have feet, but it slithers.
Yeah.
It slithers.
Some of them slither with 2
It
feet.
slithers, and it's quite beautiful. And there's no wonder when the angel was cast down from the Most High, it chose the form of the snake.
Right.
So the snake is a beautiful creature. But please tell your children, when they see that, please run, stand clear. Tell them to tell you about it and not to try to handle it themselves, but you can handle it for them. And tell them, just stay clear. Never try to catch a snake. Tell your little kids or your children, never try to deal with a snake. And for Pete's sake, never, and I mean never, bring a snake home.
Right.
Ever.
If you do, pack them up and ship them back.
Well, throw it back in the stream is what he means. So this is,
ship them back.
But this right here is a snake bite kit, and what it has is, I'll open it and let's take a look. So if you get bit by a snake, hopefully you have that. Hopefully you won't get bit by one. I'm not going to get bit by
What's in
one.
your goodie bag?
Okay, well this is snake bite kit. And these are the instructions, but if somebody gets bit by a snake, they're not going to have time. You're not going to have time to unravel this and do that. And now, not only that, you're not going to be able to read it because look how small it is. It's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy.
But in the Kappa movies, they usually put gunpowder on it.
Don't do
suck it
that.
out.
Yeah, they do.
Spit it out.
But don't do that.
Never do that.
Don't put your mouth on a snake bite and try to suck out the venom, because guess what's going to happen next? I bet you end up going to the spirit in the sky before the person that you're sucking it out of. Yeah, so you don't want to get recommended to the spirit in the sky. So don't do that. But have one of these on hand. And I think this is to tie off, you know how they say tie it off above the bite so the venom doesn't go all the way through your body. And then they have this thing. This is like I don't know what it is, but anyway, it's like an antibiotic. And then there's this suction cup thing. But dang, just avoid this situation altogether, guys. Just warn your kids about snakes.
Right.
I don't even mind. Educate them so they'll know which ones are the poisonous ones, but advise them to leave all of them alone unless, if they want to specialize in them, they need to take some classes.
Right.
And they need to be age appropriate.
You're right.
Yes.
But especially stay away from the ones with 2 feet that walk upright.
The 2-footed snakes.
Yes. Be looking out for them.
Be looking out.
Yes.
So also I want to show you something, and I want to tell you guys about something that happened to us. It happened 2 days ago. So we were sitting here minding our own business, weren't we, babe?
Yes.
Minding our own business.
Karen was being very fabulous.
Mm-hmm. Well, it can't be any other way. And what happened?
Oh yes, the lights went out all over.
All over.
On the whole street just went out.
Mm-hmm. The lights went out all over. And luckily, like I showed you, I have solar lanterns in all the windows.
Luckily, she's a prepper and she prepares.
I stay prepared. And you know, I have a solar kit outside. What I realized, that's when I realized I need to make an adjustment. Because by having the solar kit outside, that solar energy, well, the attachments, they only reach as far as inside the garage. So the light bulb was on in there, but we were in here.
Yes.
So that inspired me to take another solar kit, set it up right outside, right over there. So when that happens again, and trust me, believe me, it will. And all we have to do is click on our light right over there that's run by solar energy. And the best part about it is I don't have to wait till the lights go out either. I can use that solar energy to run this television. I can run this light over here. I can use it.
Yes.
But I want to show you this, and then I'll close out. This right here is a solar briefcase. And what it has is, it's a foldable, it's a foldable solar panel. Hold that one. You see that? And you see the light, that blue light right there that's already charging? You see how fast these things start charging? And this is nighttime, guys, and we're in the house, and it's already charging. But with this, if you carry this, you can put this in your car, you can fold it up, put it in your room, keep it charged all the time, because you never know. When you might have to charge your phone, you might be out somewhere, it might be an emergency, your laptop. But this is a lot more, this has more storage than that solar bank that I showed you last time.
Yes.
So I'm going to get a couple more of these because I'm not going to be...
A couple more?
A couple more. I'm not going to be left in the dark.
I guess everything is at my expense.
Everything's at his expense, you guys.
So in closing out, I would like to listen to something that was sent to me by my youngest son, and it sounds kind of interesting.
If you want to know more about us as a family, listen to River's songs. Most of the lyrics are about real experiences that actually happened. This is called Letter to Myself. Okay.
I would like to say thank you, family, for sharing your time with us, and we love you all.
We do. We love you guys. We care about you guys. Oh, I'm having a great time with my YouTube channel. Please go to our YouTube channel. Keep in mind, we're newbies.
Yes.
The hardest thing, what I find is the hardest about being a new YouTuber is learning how to edit everything, learning how to upload everything. It's all new to me, but I'm having such a great time and meeting all kinds of awesome, amazing people. I love it. Check our YouTube channel out at Karen and Thomas BSR. And don't forget, you are beautiful. Say it. I am beautiful.
I am beautiful.
I am worthy.
I am worthy.
I am awesome.
I am awesome.
And God never changes.
God would never change for you.
And you are blessed.
Yes. Peace.
Pretty cool. But she gives a lot of different tips about a lot of different things on, and most of the videos aren't really that long, but yeah, she goes out into the Ponderosa and she shows you different things that she's doing, that she's different projects she's working on in an effort to help you be prepared in the case of, you know, an emergency happening. So it's pretty cool. And they give positive messages, the law of attraction. So it's a good channel. Go support. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to wrap this thing up. And I enjoyed this so much. I enjoyed all of you guys, all of you new people that have come in. Thank you so much. Shay, thank you for coming in. And I think it was a couple others in here. And thank you, everybody, my usuals. Wendy Jones, thank you for all the tea. Wendy Jones, Roe, thank you so much for joining the panel. Thank you, Dolly Bush and Mary G, A Grand, Buddha 1000. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Veganowledge, my baby.
Yes, Jen, who wherever she is. Good night, Jen.
And thank you so much for being on here. So I'm going to go ahead and dip out, go get some grub. And wait a minute, where's my thing? Go get some grub, and I will see you guys next Tuesday.
And I will keep
Peace out.
snooping and
Oh, damn, she's gone. What, Ro, come back on for a second. What were you saying? I had clicked the button and started walking away, but I heard you starting to say something. Ro, you still there? I'm sorry. All right, so check this out. Don't forget that I am going to link her channel into the description of this video, as well as Miss Karen's channel, MovingMAD, Veganowledge, JJ, and WA. So when you guys get a second, if you want to go to any of those channels, check them out, and they will be linked in the description of this video. And if anybody else wants to donate to support the channel, again, it is hashtag capital J, small n, capital J, capital VIDEO. And all donations are greatly, greatly needed and appreciated. Thank you so much, guys. And again, have a good night.